So welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. It is a nice day here in Tennessee, 62 degrees and no rain for the next 5 days. Maybe longer, who knows with that. The weather guys change their minds every day, it seems like. Been pretty wet this winter though, so we've got some nice weather today. We're gonna take advantage of it. First thing I need to work on is some maintenance. I need to grease up this big tractor. Now whenever I put grease on any of my machines, I switched over a few years ago to one of these battery powered grease guns, and my goodness friends, if you don't have one of these, it's about $200, but it is a good investment. I should have bought it years ago. If you don't know where to get one, there's one in my Amazon store. There's a link down below. You can go check that out. I'm also getting close to my 50-hour service on this big tractor here. Need to order some filters for that. I always like to look right inside there and make sure the grease is coming all the way through and kind of spilling out just a little. Because I've seen some older tractors, the grease certs get stopped up and you think you got grease coming out, but you don't. So it's always good to lay eyes on it. All right, now we're back here behind the tractor. I need to adjust the 3-point hitch. It's a little tight when I raise it from the cab. I also have a lever back here to raise it up and down as well, and it's pretty loose. It ain't too bad. The one in the cab is a little tight. So I'm going to loosen these 2 bolts right here, probably turn them back about a half turn, maybe a quarter turn. It ain't gonna take much. Then I'll retighten this nut right here, and hopefully that will loosen that up just a little bit on that spring. And I can raise up these implements a little bit easier. It's a little tight when you go to lower stuff. Loosen that just a little. That's probably more than enough right there. I may have went too far. It's gonna be hard getting in there holding this camera. I'll be right back. So change of plans. I went ahead and checked the rear lever and it's a whole lot looser than it was. And it was okay to begin with, so I didn't really mess with that lower one. I think the top one is all I need to adjust. Start it up. See how we did on that adjustment. I can already tell the lever has a lot more play in it. Oh yeah. That's 100 times better. It makes raising and lowering the implement a whole lot smoother. Go ahead and check this back lever as well. Any of you guys out there looking for a tractor, try to find one that has this rear lever right here for your 3-point hitch. It makes it so much easier when you're putting implements on. You don't have to run back and forth to the cab to raise and lower your sidearm. Just do it right here. Alright guys, head down here to the log yard. I got something that might be a really interesting log for today, or it might be a total waste of time. We're going to find out. But I got a good feeling about this one, and hopefully I'm right. Got this maple. It's been on the ground for a long time. And I think we may get some decent slabs out of it today. right, friends, this is a hard maple. Been on the ground for 4 years. I got this log from a tree service a few months after we moved here. And I dug it out about 2 months ago, and I've been meaning to bring it up here. And I thought today it would make a good log to put on the sawmill. It has a few signs on the outside that I'm seeing that makes me think this may be curly, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty positive this should be spalted since it's been on the ground for 4 years. There's one major issue though. It's down here on the far side of us, and I should have put it on the operator's side, but I wouldn't think when I brought the log up here. Had too many cameras going, I guess. But what I'm going to show you guys, I should have had this part of the log facing me on the operator's side, but it's on here. We're not going to move it off. So let me show you what I'm talking about. There's the major defect. The diameter down here is about 24 inches, and this hole right here in the pith goes in about 2 foot. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not good, but I've seen a whole lot worse. The diameter of this little hole is about 7 inches. But it is what it is, guys. When this log was delivered here, this hole was already there. So I knew it was there. We just got to work around it. My strategy is to come down through here and make about 2 or 3 slabs, maybe. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 slabs. Do those 8/4. Then we'll flip this over and do the same thing right here and see what's left on these sides. That's probably going to be the best strategy to get the best slabs out of this log. And there should be a lot of spalting going on right here. A whole lot of spalting. We will know a lot about this log when I take off the first slab right here. That will tell us if it's going to be solid in the middle and how much spalting's there. I don't think I've ever sawed one that's been on the ground this long as far as maple goes. I've let them spalt usually 2 or 3 years, but based on this outside layer and what I'm seeing, I've seen that before in curly maples, so we may have a nice surprise right there. Who knows? On the sawmill, we got a Joe Maine Silvertip Turbo 7. If you want those blades, friends, give him a phone call. His cell phone number is down in the video description. And I was talking to him this morning. I was ordering some blades from him. He told me that he is now selling Wood-Mizer double hard blades, and he can get you guys free shipping on those. So if you're interested in Wood-Mizer double hard blades and you don't like the Silvertip blades, Joe can now help you out with those as well. So give him a phone call for all your blade needs. I tell you, he's the man when it comes to blades. friends, we're down here on the far end, and I changed my thickness to 9/4 instead of 8/4, and I was able to get 2 slabs before we started getting into this mesh right here, and I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. The bottom of that cut is right there, right before that cavity starts. Let's pull off these slabs and see how they look. All right, friends, this is the second slab. You guys saw the first slab. It's really nice. This one right here may be even better. Let me pull it off. We'll put it on the table back here and take a look at it. If you're wondering why I don't pull these back with the drag back feature here on the Super 70, the reason is when you start messing with these big slabs, they're heavy and they're very valuable. They're worth a lot more than regular boards are. And you don't want to pull them back because in my experiences, hello Mama Cat, Hatefulest Cat on YouTube is up here with us tonight. In my experiences, sometimes when you pull them back with drag back arms on any sawmill, sometimes they will land on your table or whatever you got back here. Sometimes they'll bust. If you got a crotch walnut up here and that grain's going 2 different directions, when it crashes down, it's going to be hard on it. It's going to start wanting to separate just a little, and it might even just completely bust down the middle. And there goes a lot of your money. So, people ask why slabs are so much expensive. They take longer to dry, they take longer to saw. You gotta go slower on these, and you have to handle them, and they're heavy. So that's some of the reasons right there that they're more expensive. And even though this one's been on the ground for 4 years, there's still some water in it. Heavy stuff. Let me pull this one off, we'll take a look at it. Man, that's heavy. I mentioned how heavy that is. All right, guys, let's knock the dust off. The reason there's so much sawdust on this slab is because of my feed rate. I could go faster, have less sawdust on here, but 2 things would happen. Number 1, I wouldn't have this nice little footage where I scrape the sawdust off for you guys. And number 2, there's a better chance of making an error in your feed rate and taking a dip or not being accurate with your cut. So with these slabs, I like to go slow because they will pay for themselves. If I go through more than 1 blade, it's not a big deal. These are, they're pretty expensive. A lot of spalting going on. A little bit of ambrosia, a little bit of everything. Very nice. And a little bit of curl right there in the middle. Not too bad. Not too bad. I tell you what though, if I'd let this log on the ground for 1 more year, or maybe even 6 to 9 more months, we probably would have lost it. Out here toward the end, it's pretty punky. There's some rot on both ends, but right down through here, guys, looks good. Let's put a little bit of water on this one. I think it's gonna look pretty good. And to you guys out there that comment about the water, this does not affect the slabs at all. Oh my goodness, look at that. Even those guinea hens are over hollering about it. I know, guys, you're right, I see it too. Look at there. I was right about the curl. Man, look at that. I wish you guys were here, I tell you. Camera does not do justice on some of this stuff. I'm trying not to pour a lot of water on it either. It's pretty dry here in the sawmill building. I don't want water all over the floor, but man, that is nice. Sometimes I gotta take this scraper, kind of move the water around, make sure everything gets covered. I'm giving away my trade secrets here, guys. I should probably shut up. My goodness, that's nice.